Hello friends, welcome to CodeChef. I am Suraj and in this video let's discuss this problem YEH RAASTE. So in this problem, let's say Aman is at position A initially and Aman wants to visit D. But before visiting D, Aman will have to visit B, then C and then D. So Aman's way is first reach B, then reach C and then reach D. And there are total X number of ways to go from A to B. There are total X ways. And there are total Y ways to go from B to C and Z ways to go from C to D. And finally, we'll have to print the maximum number of ways to reach D from A. Now let's see the test cases. So in the test case, first we'll have the total number of test cases. Here we have one, so we have only one test case. And for each test case, we will have three integers, X, Y, and Z. So here X is equals to 2, Y is equals to 3, and Z is equals to 4. And we need to print one integer, the maximum number of ways to reach D from A. Now let's understand the problem via using first test case. So let's say we are at initial position, then B, then C, and then D. Okay, so we have two ways to reach B. Let's write it 1 and 2. And we have total 3 ways to reach C. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so let me write it with A, B, and C in order to understand it better. So now tell me how many paths are there. So let's say from A we selected 1. Okay, let's say from A we select 1. So using path 1 we can reach B. Then from B we can either choose A, or we can either choose B, or we can choose C. So for every path we select on A, we have 3 options from B to C. Okay, and let's say if we select 2 from 2 here, path 2 from A to B, then again we'll have A, 2B, or 2C. Okay, so these 3 options will be having. Now from C to D, we have total 4 paths. Okay, let's name it capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D. Okay, so let's consider this one 1A here. Okay, so if we come via 1A path, so now we can either choose capital A, so now it will become 1A capital A, or we can choose capital B, so it will become 1 small a, then capital B, and capital C, capital D, and so on. Okay, so what you can see that for each and every option here, we'll have 4 options now. Okay, so currently we are having 6. So for every option we are having 4 more options. So we can say that our answer is 6 times 4, which is equals to 24. Okay, and here we are actually using the product rule, and it can be stated like this: if there are number of ways to reach from A to B is n, and number of ways to reach C from B is m, and number of ways to reach D from C is L, let's say. So the total number of ways to reach D from A will be equal to the product of n times m times L. And hence here our answer is actually is equals to X into Y into Z. So I hope you understand the logic behind it. Now let's implement the same in C++. So here let's first accept T, the total number of test cases, int T, then let's input T, and we need to solve for each and every test case. So I will create a separate function for that. So let's call that function total T times, and let's name it solution. Okay, now I will define the solution function here above. So void solution, return type is void. Now for each test case we'll have total 3 integers, int X, int Y, int Z, and then let's input all 3, X, Y, and Z. And we know that the total number of ways to reach D is actually the product of all the ways. So we will output X multiplied by Y multiplied by Z. And at the end, do not forget to write the new line, else you will get incorrect answer in case there are multiple test cases. Okay, so now let's run this program. Okay, so we are getting the correct result here. Now let's submit it. So our solution is accepted in C++. Now let's implement the same in Python. So here in Python, first I'm accepting t, the total number of test cases. Then I'm calling solution function total t times here. Now let's implement our solution function. So we'll accept three integers x, y, and z. Okay, let me do it this way. Input, then let's split. Why we are doing this? Because here we'll accept the we'll input the entire line in which we will have total three integer, and this split operation will actually break this entire input into three separate integers and three separate items, and then we will convert this into int and we'll store in x and y and x, y, and z, and then we can print x multiplied by y multiplied by z. And let's run this program now. So yep, we are getting correct result. Now let's submit it. So our solution is accepted in Python. I hope you understand the logic and implementation in both C++ and Python. In case you have any doubt, feel free to write comment. So let's meet in another video. Thank you so much.